Hello, once again, Martin Popoff here, back with another edition of Reliving Old Reviews as a Useless Tool of Confusion. This is the little show inside our big show where we look at an old review of an album that we've all talked about, considered over and over and over again many, many times, and seeing what they said, kind of boots on the ground situation. So today we are looking at a review of Rush's Grace Under Pressure. And by the way, I can still supply the entire trilogy of the Rush books I wrote on the 70s, 80s, and the late period. What do we call those? Anthem, Limelight, and Driven. And I still have Rush album by album, and you can get those at martinpopoff.com. All right, so this is a review from Rolling Stone magazine, June 21st, 1984. And it is by Kurt Loder. Wow, okay, so this is a pretty big dude, pretty big legend of the business. Let's see what he has to say. 3-star review, so that's not bad for Rolling Stone on Rush. Okay, this album needs no critical assistance. If you like Rush, you'll love it. If not, then Grace Under Pressure is unlikely to alter your assessment of the band as a lumbering metal anachronism. Wow, kind of gets that wrong. I mean, they are a bit lumbering. They're definitely not metal, and they're not really an anachronism at this point. They're kind of updating, growing their sound, changing. For the record, though, Rush has managed to incorporate a number of modern elements into its sound. Note the almost danceable rhythms in After Image and Red Sector A, and the swelling synthesizers and electro percussion throughout. So he is acknowledging that here. Geddy Lee, the group's bassist and vocalist, has also gotten his dog-calling falsetto shriek under control. Yeah, Geddy is definitely already starting to, downplay that. It was a very cool thing, but, it almost had a novelty feel to it, right? I think it was a big part of why Rush was kind of ridiculed in the 70s, because it was kind of a novelty voice. We had a thing as kids about novelty voices that really turned us off. For some reason, Joey Ramone was a voice who couldn't get around. Jello Biafra, Dead Kennedys, so kind of dismissed Dead Kennedys as a heavy punk band because of that. But yeah, Geddy was starting to sing less using that, but I loved it. I thought it was actually pretty cool. But these signs of incipient hipness, unfortunately, this is a little hard to read because I've got these kind of like green photocopies here. I guess it's color, right? These signs of incipient hipness are not what sets young pulses racing throughout the North American heartland. Rush is a band with a message. Briefly put, it's be free and don't let the grown-up world grind you down. Not exactly. It's more of a Twisted Sister thing. Lee sings, I'm not giving in to security under pressure. I'm not missing out on the promise of adventure. And the hero of drummer lyricist Neil Peart's sci-fi allegory, The Body Electric, is an android on the run seeking freedom. Okay, fair enough. The problem, though, is musical. On record, the lack of melody and any but the most rudimentary harmonic development soon becomes oppressive. In addition, Alex Lifeson is not particularly interesting lead guitarist, and the structures of the trio format still result in more splattery drum bashing than you'll ever care to hear. Rush delivers the goods, all right. Strong social statements enveloped in a massive pounding sound, but it's old news and old music too. So yeah, I mean, there's still a prog band on this album. It is somewhat old, I suppose, because they are doing heavy progressive rock, right? Heavy or progressive metal. Yeah, we know Alex is kind of one part of a sort of like an A personality situation here. A personality lyrics, A personality drumming. You can't ignore Geddy. Geddy is somewhat of a lead bassist, so Alex is in there. He's starting to color around things, so you can understand that. But yeah, it's a typical kind of like a dismissive but not particularly hateful Rolling Stone review. So there you go. Reliving old reviews is a useless tool of confusion. Let us know what you think in the comments below about this. You can join our Ko-Fi or Patreon situation. Check out my audio podcast as well, History in 5 Songs with Martin Popoff. Go listen to some Rush.